Good morning, everybody. Thank you for coming back, and I want to welcome all of my new subscribers. Thank you so much for your subscription. It's very encouraging for me to continue this podcast. Lots of cool reviews. I love it. Thank you so much for your Google reviews. Greatly appreciated. So I'm in the works of creating a Patreon podcast as well, which is going to be an instructional podcast. And I want to give you guys some really cool features I hope you guys subscribe to it. I will let you know as soon as it's up and running. I'm working on it currently. Also, if you are going through a difficult time in your life and need advice and guidance in love, marriage, business, whatever the case may be, just having some questions that need to be answered, go ahead and check out my website, psychicreadingstoday.com, where you can live chat or have a phone consultation. 3 minutes free. First 3 minutes via telephone. So go ahead and feel free to check it out. If you subscribe to my newsletter, you will also get a free sample tarot card reading. And of course, with your subscription, get notifications of upcoming events, special services, offers, all kinds of cool stuff. So please go ahead and check out my website, psychicreadingstoday.com. So this is episode 78, and I wanted to get into the topic of hope. Okay? So life is crazy. Lots of ups and downs and twists and turns, and it's hard to kind of remain steady in an ever-changing world. But of course, I always encourage people to embrace change. Life keeps changing, and sometimes it serves us. Those crazy changes are working for us, and sometimes they go against us, and then there are some times that we're just stuck. It's not getting better, it's not getting worse, we're just stuck. And being stuck like that it's usually telling us that something is off and something needs to change. And sometimes change doesn't always fall in our lap. Sometimes this is stuff that we have to initiate. But in our own minds, we try different things, and of course, they're not always the right things. We throw random darts at what we assume might be the problem, but sometimes fail to hit the mark because we just don't know, okay? We're just guessing, and this is where, having a psychic reading done can help you to clarify what that might be or what it is exactly that needs to change. That's what you're supposed to get out of a psychic reading. So moving forward, yes, sometimes we find ourselves in limbo, and sometimes those stretches of time go on for much longer than we expected, okay? They seem never-ending, and sometimes this can put us into a depression. Makes us very sad, feels very painful. It's like this day in, day out situation and going around and around in circles. And so sometimes when people go through that for too long, I actually get a lot of people that come in to see me that are thinking or have even decided that they should end their lives. Yeah, I get a lot of that. And I'm not really a professional at this like suicide hotlines are, so I always encourage people to reach out to a suicide hotline, speak to a therapist and all of that. But I definitely give my opinion to people. So some people have said to me when they're thinking about that kind of stuff, well, I thought that money would make me happy. And then I've come to the conclusion that money doesn't make me happy. And I tried this and that, and it didn't make me happy. And so, they give out this, if I go ahead and give out a long list of 100 reasons as to why they shouldn't do it. I know I'm going to get 100 reasons back as to why they should. So I don't even go there. Okay? I start to go into, I have given people this kind of thing. So, okay, so you want to end your life. Okay. Everybody dies eventually, sooner or later. But have you lived? Have you really lived before you decide to end your life? I say things like, I'm sure you must have traveled the world by now. I'm sure you've seen the Mona Lisa. For someone to take their own lives requires, in my mind, a hell of a lot of courage. So you have like amazing courage there. Have you tried to take great risk to become very rich? Yeah, because sometimes people say, and we get influenced in thinking, okay, money can't buy you happiness. Well, you know what? I know some very rich people that seem pretty happy. I know some rich people that aren't so happy, but some are happy. Okay, they really are. I see it a lot, and I see other people, happy in relationships and whatever, and it's all out there. It's all out there. Sometimes it takes us a little time and some figuring out and some outside help, but it's doable. I've seen it happen. So getting back on the topic of hope. So things are quiet, nothing is happening, day in, day out. You can predict your own future. Why do we even need to talk to a psychic if everything is just the same over and over and over again? But just when you think your past is your future, just when you think you're saying, okay, this is the end, it's not getting any better, something crazy happens. Something amazing happens. Something, I don't know, it's a message from God, a message from the angels, the universe sends us a sign to keep going. Keep going. There's something there for you. Keep going. Okay? And it happens, and I'm sure it's happened to a lot of my listeners. And this crazy thunderbolt message that comes in, we really don't have a logical explanation for it. But when that little thing or big thing or whatever it is that happens as a sign for us to carry on and finish the race, it's telling us that something somewhere out there has got our back. Okay? So I hope that this episode has helped to encourage you, helped to enlighten you a little bit. There's so much in this world to see and do. Okay? And happiness is possible. I've seen it. I felt it. I know a lot of people that have it, and I'm sure it's there for you too. Okay? So like I said, pay attention to that message and carry on. I do believe that all of my listeners are here for a reason, and I want to be able to help each and every one of you in any way I possibly can. So in Buddhism, there's a big important message in Buddhism for us, and it tells us to embrace, to accept, okay, to accept our circumstances and try to view our lives from the outside looking in. Basically, to observe ourselves and our circumstances from a bird's eye view. And that's absolutely a wonderful thing to do. But let's not misinterpret and take the acceptance out of context, okay? Meaning that we don't have to play an active role in our own lives, okay? We can, and we should absolutely play and be an active actor in our own lives. We should be doing stuff, okay, to work toward our goals, to work on self-examination, to work on making whatever necessary changes are needed in our lives, both practically, earthly, physically, spiritually. We kind of need to cover all the bases. As it says in the Bible, man cannot live on bread alone. So as I've mentioned before, happiness is a combination of things, not just one thing. Now, just because one thing doesn't make the next person happy, that doesn't mean it can't make you happy. So if you're seeing that there are other people out there that are rich and sad, that doesn't mean that you can't be rich and happy. Like I said, so much to see, so much to do. Lots of stuff, thank God, is temporary. So what do I mean by that? So bad stuff is temporary, is what I mean. Bad things don't last forever, nor do good situations last forever, okay? So as Buddha says, things just keep changing. Things don't necessarily always stick around because we want them to. Okay, so embrace change, but like I said, be an active player in your own life as well. And yeah, luck is on your side. You can have it too. So go get some. I wish you all the best of luck. Thank you so much for listening to this podcast. And be sure to check out my website, psychicreadingstoday.com. I have a Patreon podcast coming up soon. I will keep you posted as soon as it's live and available to listen to. So on my Patreon podcast, we're going to be doing instructional stuff. So I hope you all check it out and subscribe. Like I said, I'll let you know when it goes up. Thank you so much. Good luck, everybody.